Hello, friends. In this video, we will be speaking of service-oriented leadership. I have a friend whom I admire because she is very sensitive to the needs of others and is always taking action to help them in whatever is happening in their lives. And at times I think, I wish I were more like her. But through transformative leadership, I have also learned that the greatest service that we can give is to help others to develop their capabilities. And I do that through my books and workshops. So while I still want to develop a greater spirit of service in my day-to-day life, I recognize that both types of service are important. Often when we speak of leadership, we think of a leader as someone who is in authority and who commands and controls others. However, in transformative leadership, we consider that the leader uses his or her capabilities to empower others, to teach them what he or she already knows. Another way of diagramming this might be putting the leader at the center, who is in two-way communication with each of the other members, who also communicate among themselves. However, when we speak of service-oriented leadership, we must take care not to confuse it with paternalistic leadership, which does for others what they could and should do for themselves. Rather, transformative leadership considers that the highest form of service is that of helping others to develop their talents and capabilities, empowering them. However, it also cheerfully collaborates with whatever needs to be done, without considering any task to be too menial. There is a story about a nurse who was serving in a field hospital during the war. It was very difficult work, and the hospital was full of terrible smells. One day, a general came and visited the hospital, and after his visit, he exclaimed, "I wouldn't do this work for $100,000. And the nurse replied, "I don't do it for the money either." So what did motivate the nurse? Obviously, it was love for the soldiers for whom she was caring, or possibly devotion to the cause for which they were fighting. So we can say that service-oriented leadership is motivated by love. Love of those whom we are serving, or love for an ideal or cause in which we believe. If we are motivated by love, instead of asking, what can my family, my friends, or my organization do for me, we ask, how can I better serve them? Or, what service do they need that I can offer? Another characteristic of service-oriented leadership is that it is invisible. Just as the wind propels the sailboat, but cannot be seen, service-oriented leadership is also invisible. It doesn't seek recognition. It shares whatever recognition is received and speaks in terms of we, not I. Service-oriented leadership is also a source of joy and inner satisfaction. Once a reporter interviewed an older woman, asking her what was her secret of having a happy life, and she replied, "It is important to always serve others." The reporter, rather surprised at that answer from a woman of her age, then asked, "And what do you do to serve others?" And she replied, "I take care of another lady older than myself." So, we can say that service brings us joy and inner satisfaction. It helps us to further develop our own capabilities. It can give us joy when we see how we have helped others to develop their capabilities. And it also provides feelings of self-actualization. To summarize, the characteristics of service-oriented leadership include not dominating others, but striving to help them develop their capabilities, Not being paternalistic, doing for others what they could and should do for themselves, but rather helping them to develop their own talents and capabilities. Being motivated by love or by devotion to an ideal or cause. Exercising invisible leadership without seeking recognition. And, as a result, experiencing inner satisfaction and joy. Now that we have analyzed service-oriented leadership, in the next video, we will delve into the purpose of leadership, personal and social transformation.